All right, guys, here we go. Game number 2. Going to be on, like you said, Kev, on Metalopolis. dKiLLeR versus Dongraegu. Dongraegu currently up 1-0 in the series. We see here, well, as soon as we get to your screen, we're going to see that we have Dignitas dKiLLeR spawning in the 3 o'clock position. He is the yellow Zerg player. His opponent, Complexity MVP Dongraegu, up here at the 12 o'clock position. DRG, I think, was the favorite to win this tournament coming in, and I don't think anything has changed through the course of the week, Kev.
Nah, he's been playing really good StarCraft. He lost one series against dKiLLeR, but once again, that was a really unorthodox series. The strategies were a bit gimmicky. It was strange. I mean, dKiLLeR played absolutely awesome, no doubt about that. But it wasn't like Dongraegu really got outplayed or something in a straight-out game. Even though his strategies were really strange as well. Like, I still don't know what that infested marine bust was all about.
That was a weird little bust. Yeah, he lost that one series to dKiLLeR, but he's been pretty dominant throughout the rest of the week. He's leading right now 1-0 over dKiLLeR. And I'm really eager to see what he busts out here. These are what we call fast expand positions when we talk about ZVZ. The reasoning being your Overlord sees everything. So if there's going to be an early pool, you'll see it. You can just respond by throwing down a pool of your own. In which case, why not go hatch first if we know that hatch first should come out ahead of 14-14?
Exactly. You know you're not going to get right. So that makes a lot of sense. But do you think people will actually do it, or will they still go that spawning pool first? Don't you think, like, I mean, you can see everything, but the other end, the rush distance is not that long. I mean, it's not cross map, so it would be a little bit hard if speed is, like, once again, 80 seconds done before one guy. Like we saw dKiLLeR in the previous game. I really think you should be able to do something with it in these positions, no?
Yeah, I don't really think so. When you play perfectly, hatch first is gonna do well here, especially on Metalopolis, where there's a really small distance between the hatch and the ramp. It's pretty easy. You can actually clog that up with a Roach Warren and an Evo Chamber, so that you have to go all the way around the hatch. Spine Crawler or something like that makes it even harder to get aggressive. And then, of course, you've even got Queens that can block the ramp. It's just really, really difficult to be aggressive with a Speedling opening against a hatch first opening on this map. And if you really try to be aggressive with a Speedling opening against hatch first, it puts you pretty all in.
I see. Well, both players are playing very similar right now. The spawning pool is pretty much identical as well. I think dKiLLeR one. No, actually, the one of Dongraegu is a little bit ahead, but that's pretty much it. So I guess we're going to see this Baneling opening once again, or we would say one player could possibly just skip the Banelings and try to get Roaches out as soon as possible, because it is so easy to defend that ramp.
Yeah, it's possible to skip the Baneling phase, but what you do in going straight to Roaches is you slow down your economy a little bit more. We saw it in the game that just happened. When dKiLLeR started making Roaches, that's when Dongraegu catapulted himself so far ahead in the drone count. And it seems a little bit counterintuitive that 4 Roaches are going to put you 10 drones behind, but that's just kind of the way it works out, man. You lose a drone investing in that Roach Warren, you lose 150 minerals, and then every Roach you build is a drone and a half. So it adds up quite quickly.
6 links on the way straight away for Dongraegu. While dKiLLeR is actually not making anything yet. He is making the Queens though. But that's pretty much it. Actually, still droning. I think with the first 6 links, Dongraegu might be able to do something. And then once again, it comes down to what you say. Like, even if you just use this couple of links to kill 1 or 2 drones, that can really be a big thing in the long run. And then we do see that Baneling that's going down now as well for Dongraegu.
Yep, dKiLLeR's going to go straight to Roaches. So
I like those games. I like it as well.
Yeah, I don't know that I like this choice by dKiLLeR. It's going to be really close. The thing is, Dongraegu doesn't actually have to make Banelings. He has the option to make Banelings.
Yeah, but he can just make Speedlings.
He can just make Speedlings and control the map and keep dKiLLeR in his base and then drone up really hard behind it. So
dKiLLeR does have a 2 drone lead though, so that's going to help out a little bit. Oh, beautiful micro by Dongraegu.
Yeah, really, really impressive seeing these little Zergling exchanges in the early
2
game.
Zerglings against 2 Zerglings, and somehow 2 Zerglings survived. Like, Korea's just imbalanced.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And now he'll turn these guys into Banelings most likely, and they're going to be completely healed up. So.
Yeah, then it's going to be the 2 legendary links of Dongraegu.
Yeah. You're going to have Banelings with kills on them.
And he's actually going to try to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if these 2 Banelings would actually kill like a ton of links and drones and win the game. Then Dongraegu literally won with 2 drones.
dKiLLeR going to get a little bit of a link scout into the main base of Dongraegu, and he's going to see that there is a Baneling nest there. It's just so funny seeing Banelings that have kills. Oh, wait, no, they don't have kills. I got reset.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's like High Templar and Archon, they go together.
Yeah, what the hell?
A lot of links right now for Dongraegu. If we take a look at the unit counter tab, we don't have that many units for dKiLLeR at all.
Oh, man. DRG getting up that ramp. He's going to surround the Roaches and the Queens. This is bad news, Kev.
It is pretty bad news, but he's still alive. I mean, it's still 2 Queens, 3 Roaches right now. Oh, that Baneling. No, actually, it doesn't do really all that much. I mean, dKiLLeR lost the Queen, but other than that, it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, you're right. It's not all that bad, but the thing is now Dongraegu's got all this map control. He's still applying pressure in the natural, as you can see. Roaches are dying. The hatchery is taking a lot of damage. And with only 3 roaches, you can't really come down that ramp and fight these Zerglings. And this is exactly what happens when you try to.
Indeed, beautiful surround once again by Dongraegu. The roaches are trying to stay alive, but it just doesn't really matter. dKiLLeR is switching back to Zerglings right now, and Dongraegu is actually putting up a roach swarm. But yeah, now there's been a ton of damage by Dongraegu.
Yeah, huge damage dealt by Dongraegu. Now he does have a drone lead as well, 23 drones to 19, and these Lings are even going to kill a couple drones in the process. And this is exactly what we were talking about, man. The Speedlings just give so much map control. And if you make a single mistake, if you mess up the positioning just by an inch, then you can get punished so hard.
Supply-wise, the players are very even, but obviously the drone count is always really important, and Dongraegu just being a little bit ahead right now. The first engagement was really not all that bad by dKiLLeR, but then I guess he kind of tried to save those 2 roaches which popped on the low ground, and then he lost those 3-4 additional roaches. But other than that, I really felt the first thing on the ramp was really not all that bad.
Yeah, it's tough, man, playing Roach against Speedling. Speedling is just more mobile and it's more annoying. And now we see DRG's in a position where he can just poke away at this hatch, and dKiLLeR kind of has to come out, and he's going to risk more run-bys, and he's going to risk getting his Roaches surrounded again. Finally, the Roach numbers are reaching a point where it becomes quite difficult for Lings to engage. I mean, you said it. I've said it. The damage has been dealt, man. DRG up 6 drones, and his tech is right where he needs it to be, and he's just in a really good position right now.
He's getting 7 roaches now at once, so he's pretty much going to be even in the roach count. He's going to be higher, I think, than dKiLLeR, and that's obviously really important as well. dKiLLeR is slowly but steady returning to droning, but yeah, he's going to have to take a couple of risks if he really wants to come back into this game.
I think Dongraegu might actually be planning to all in here. He's making more roaches still, and it makes sense. A 25 drone roach Speedling all in is really strong.
We have a single Speedling actually from dKiLLeR right now trying to get a scout over here, and that's actually really important. He will see the amount of drones. He is going to fall right now, but he saw there weren't that many drones. I mean,
man, he saw the roach numbers, but yet he continues to drone up, which is a bit of a mistake. And here we go. Dongraegu is moving out. A lot of roaches, 16 Speedlings on the way. This is going to be tough, man. 11 roaches against 9. That's pretty close, but 30 Lings against 14 is the real killer there.
Yeah, we don't have a single Baneling, of course, for dKiLLeR, who did not decide to get that Baneling nest. He is getting spine crawlers right now, though, but it might just be a little too late.
Those are never, ever going to finish in time, Kev. Here we go. Roach is going to come crashing into the natural expansion of dKiLLeR. Dongraegu up in supply. dKiLLeR supply blocks and not building an Overlord. This is a huge blunder. Ling's going to do so much damage. Roach Speedling is such a powerful army composition in ZVZ, and we're seeing it right here. These Lings just shredding everything that dKiLLeR has.
Yeah, Dongraegu doing a really good attack right now, doing a ton of damage, taking down drones now as well. dKiLLeR is defending really well, though. I really feel that dKiLLeR is handling the fights always really well, but if you're just behind economically, it doesn't even matter. But I really feel that often the fights are like more cost efficient for him if he only had the same economy.
I'm really surprised at the amount of damage he took there. He did an excellent job of defending, losing so few drones. He's still 8 workers down, but that's about the same disparity that he had before the fight. So DRG made a nice little attack there, but it didn't really change anything. Like, the game is in a similar state now that it was in a couple of seconds ago.
dKiLLeR is really good in the ZVZ fights, man. I'm really impressed, and just hope that he's able to come actually like on the same drone level as well, because then we're going to get a really interesting game, because then Dongraegu is going to actually have to do something about the fact that dKiLLeR is coming out slightly victorious out of these fights.
He's got such great judgment. He plays every fight just perfectly, pulling drones at the right time, sending them back to mine at the right time, and just using those drones actually soak up damage so well. And when you can do that, when you can allow your drones to take some damage and not die, it really lets you hold in some positions where you shouldn't normally be able to hold.
Dongraegu sacrificing a couple of Lings, trying to see what's going on exactly, but there's not all that much as you can see. Obviously, these 2 guys do not have the information that we know. I mean, obviously, they don't really know exactly how it's going drone-wise, and it's actually really close right now, 34 against 36. That obviously does mean that Dongraegu is once again producing a ton of units, and he's probably going to try to do something with them again in the near future.
Yeah, we're going to see a big pure roach push from DRG, I think. Still no layer from either player. These guys are staying on hatch tech for a long time.
Ooh, a little bit of a Link skirmish going on right now in the middle of the map, but Dongraegu does pay attention, does save those Links.
Yeah, yes indeed. 25 roaches for Dongraegu, 19 for dKiLLeR. I think what we're going to see, actually, Dongraegu is probably going to attack with +1. So he's going to have a bit of a timing window where he's got an upgrade lead. And that might actually give him the advantage he needs to win this game. We'll see. Actually, dKiLLeR is moving out. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit, because he's pushing down the map with less units than his opponent. This is a doomed attack, and +1 is about to finish for dKiLLeR.
Yeah, everything is working in Dongraegu's favor right now. Dongraegu is probably like, oh, okay, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. He has a lot of roaches. Dongraegu has so many roaches, more than dKiLLeR.
Oh, that's no good. dKiLLeR going to have to turn around. He's going to immediately lose 2 or 3 roaches. Lucky for him, there's no roach speed in sight for either player.
A little bit misrallied on those roaches. Takes a few extra hits. Losing 2 more links in the process, but that's okay. I mean, it's going to be 21 links against 37 roaches. That's just insane. Dongraegu is really, man, his macro is just too good.
The one thing to dKiLLeR's credit is he's bought himself the time for his own +1 attack upgrade to finish. He just needs 5 more seconds. Fall back to that spine crawler. All right, here we go. dKiLLeR versus Dongraegu. Another big fight here. Here come the Zerglings.
Wow.
The roach count is really favoring Dongraegu heavily right now. 33 roaches to 24, but the Lings are really making a big difference.
Really beautiful attack once again so far by dKiLLeR. He had a perfect position on all of his roaches. Now they're a little bit more clumped up. But his Zerglings as well. He had a lot of Zerglings, and the roach numbers have to be a little bit closer right now, and they are. It's only a deficit of 5.
Yeah, only 5 roach difference. And with the spine crawler there, that's going to help quite a bit as well. The queen could transfuse, and she does transfuse. Excellent transfusion there. dKiLLeR with an excellent concave. He's got much more surface area on this fight. And the roach numbers are still favoring Dongraegu, but dKiLLeR turns him around.
Wow, just wow. Amazing defense by dKiLLeR once again. And now he actually might be able to take down 3 or 4 more roaches as well. Man, did you see that fight? It didn't even fit on the screen.
Incredible defense there by Dignitas dKiLLeR. He's got roach speed on the way, and the layer for Dongraegu hasn't even finished yet, just now finishing up. So if dKiLLeR gets that roach speed done, he's also starting up Burrow, so he could be hitting a pretty nice timing here in a few minutes.
Supply-wise, it's really close right now. Dongraegu with an 8 supply lead, but I'm not really sure in what. He has like one drone more, one roach.
And 2 more drones and an extra roach. So really, really close supplies. 7 supply lead now.
Oh, I love this as well by Dongraegu. Straight away, he puts like the roaches, which are quite hurt in the back, so that if dKiLLeR would attack, those roaches would at least stay alive for quite a while.
That's actually
minor things like this are really, really good.
Man, the best players make the smallest adjustments, and it makes the biggest differences.
Really good job right there by Dongraegu, and this is the position that he wants. But dKiLLeR is obviously not just going to give it to him. I mean, dKiLLeR realizes as well that when you defend, you're always going to have a small advantage because you will be able to position your army a little bit better. And even though that fight went really good for dKiLLeR, it didn't go that good that he can just steamroll over Dongraegu right now.
Yeah, but he does have +2 on the way. He's got roach speed finishing up. Burrow also about to finish up. dKiLLeR's going to go for another fight here. I'm not completely convinced that he should fight before Burrow finishes, but he is going to actually press the issue. Here we go. Oh, and he says, oh, that's a lot of roaches. dKiLLeR looks like he does want to just back it off for the time being. I think this is a bit of a window where he could add a couple drones, quite frankly.
24 Zerglings on the field for Dongraegu as well. That would definitely help out a little bit, perhaps trying to get a surround off, force a certain fight. It seems like here we go again, man.
Yeah, here we go again indeed. Really, really nice engagement for both these players. It's so close in the roach numbers. dKiLLeR, though, is slightly ahead. It's so hard to tell. Oh, dKiLLeR going to burrow here.
Nice.
Whoa, interesting choice there, burrowing and then popping up with his units completely surrounded. This lets the Zerglings get involved in the fight. And Overseer being morphed. And I think this is a big mistake by dKiLLeR, because when that Overseer finishes, he's going to lose everything, Kev.
Yeah, but he's regenerating a lot of HP at least. I'm not sure what else he should do, but yeah, he's still down supply-wise a little bit. A lot of the roaches from Dongraegu are low on health.
Huge supply swing here for Dongraegu. I think dKiLLeR should have just backed off when he realized what was happening. And Dongraegu going to come with a big counter push, 30 roaches to 17. The supplies are heavily favoring Dongraegu right now.
It's well, a lot of roaches actually here for dKiLLeR, which he apparently didn't bring into the fight. But they just see once again, it's so hard to attack in mirrors.
Yeah, very, very difficult to attack in ZVZ in any mirror match, as you said. Spine Crawler not there anymore. It's going to be roaches and drones fighting against pure roach. Speedlings are actually not in this fight. Dongraegu microing back, doing a lot of damage. So many drones falling down. dKiLLeR all the way down to just 19 drones. Dongraegu expanding behind this aggression. I think he is going to take this game right here, Kev.
There's still quite a few roaches for Dongraegu. Also bringing that Overseer straight away, so dKiLLeR won't be able to burrow in the middle of the fight. Very smart. Yeah, I don't know, really solid game once again. But both these guys, I'm really loving this DBC series so far. I really think they're playing excellent.
Yeah, actually pretty evenly matched in my opinion. In spite of the fact that Dongraegu is coming out slightly ahead here, I think dKiLLeR just made one critical mistake when he chose to burrow his army and get it surrounded there. Beyond that, he's played a very, very nice game.
Yeah, I guess like the burrow move was really smart, but because it was so close to Dongraegu's base, it was probably not that smart, because dKiLLeR was not actually rallying in reinforcements, while Dongraegu was obviously getting new roaches all the time. And yeah, the little bit of HP that he regenerated didn't add up to the 5, 6, 7 new roaches that Dongraegu got.
Yeah, big supply difference right now, 30 drone difference right now, so DRG is just going to kind of run away with this game at this point. He's going to continue just rallying across the map, a bunch of roaches coming out as well. Third base has finished up for Dongraegu. One last fight in the center of the map, right below the Zelnaga Tower. dKiLLeR is battling valiantly, but I just don't know that it's going to matter here. Dongraegu, with too many roaches, is, I mean, dKiLLeR hanging in there as long as he can, but DRG just has a little bit too much, man. GG from dKiLLeR. Dongraegu goes up 2-0.